Hello guys, am I audible? Yes, am I audible, everyone? Okay, great. So, how are you all? All good? Great. So, before I start, please hit like and share with all your friends because this time it will be quite revolutionary. Because in this 7 days, whatever is actually required for you to learn in stats, I'll be probably uploading the entire thing. uh, we like anything that is required in data science, right? Everything probably I'll be solving in front of you, both theoretical along with coding. How do you perform various things? I'll try to show it to you, and that will be quite amazing so that you'll be able to learn quickly. Okay, so I hope we can. We'll just wait for another 5 minutes so that we will probably just start. Till then, everybody join, hit like. And one thing that I'll be telling you guys, see the community session. See, because every day a lot of materials will be there, a lot of coding things will be there. So, what you do is that in the description, I've given you the mega community link. Go over there, enroll. Okay, go to this course. It is free for all. And inside this, we will have all these things. So, this week, statistics, then blockchain, then Android, then DSA, then DevOps, Python, Power BI, SQL, projects, drone, robotics, and AI in edge devices. So everything will be available. And today I'll also list down all the topics that we will be covering up. Okay, and in stats, so this topics will be divided in 7 days. Okay, so please make sure that you go ahead, enroll for this, and go and because all the materials will be uploaded here after the session. Okay, so that part I have already given to you. Okay, so everybody has enrolled. Can you give me a quick confirmation? Yes, it will also be available in YouTube. But again, I'm telling you all the materials since I'll be writing a lot of code from probably from Monday inwards. So that time you'll be able to see writing Python code and all. Okay. So please make sure that you enroll for it and just let me know once you enroll. Okay. So first thing first, that is the reason why I've joined the session a little bit early, 8 minutes early, and then probably we'll start. Yeah, don't worry. I'll show you the entire roadmap, what all things we are going to cover. Okay. And then we can probably go ahead and try to understand. Okay. Yeah, it is completely for free, guys. This community session now we will probably have it for day to day basis. Okay. So hit like, I can see 400 people joined. So please go ahead. And then I will write each and everything in front of you. I will write it, I will solve it in front of you. I'll write the code in front of you. No PPTs, everything will be written in front of you. Okay. Yes, Swarnim Mudal, I'm trying to cover everything in stats that is required for data science. Okay. So this week we are focusing on stats. Next week we'll be having continuous live session on blockchain, then Android, then DSA, DevOps, Python, Power BI. These projects what we have written is both on machine learning and deep learning. Everything. How to enroll and where? Just see in the description. You'll be able to see the link. Okay. You have to join over there so that to find out the materials. Okay, so that is the main thing. Okay, so still we have 2 minutes, then probably I will start. Just give me a confirmation once you have started so that we will start the agenda for today's session. Okay, so everybody enroll here so that I will be able to see that. Okay, so enroll in this sessions. Okay. uh And just give me a confirmation once everybody is enrolled so that you will be able to see the materials. Again, it is for your benefit. Okay. Okay. So, yes, Pranav, Ganesh, everything in stats. It will be starting from basics. If you think that you have directly come to see the advanced section, no, guys, it will be starting from basics. Everything I'll try to write it in front of you, and then we will go ahead. And every day I will at least try to give 1 to 1.5 hours. Okay. No prerequisite required, only your focus is required, which will actually help you to learn in a better way. Okay. So let's go ahead without wasting any time. Shall we start, everyone? Shall we start? Just give me a confirmation whether we should go ahead and start. Just a thumbs up is required. Okay. Okay. So this entire session will be a 7-day session. Again, I'm going to tell you the time, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. When I say 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., probably this may go till 8:30 max to max, because when we are solving some problem, it may take some amount of time. What are we basically going to cover? From basics to advanced. One, basics to advanced. Okay, now what all things from basics to advanced we are going to cover, that also I'll tell you about here. This will be specifically related to positions like data scientist, data analyst, data analyst. Suppose if you really want to uh, uh, related to business intelligence tool, everything will get covered over here. Okay. So anything that you are probably related, if you are related to this kind of roles, definitely this will get covered. I'm just going to make my image a little bit small so that you will be able to see the screen properly. Okay. Now, how are we going to basically start in this? Okay. So the first thing is that 2 days we will just focusing on basics. Now, when I say basics, everything that is with respect to basics. We need to understand the basic differences between, okay, descriptive stats, and second one is inferential stats. You really need to understand the differences between descriptive stats and inferential stats, because the entire statistics with respect to data science is divided into these two concepts. Okay. So in descriptive stats, some of the topics that I really want to mention is measure of central tendency. Okay. Measure of dispersions. These are some of the examples. Okay. Anything that is related to summarizing the data. So all the tools that you're probably using, like histograms, you're using box plot, whisker plot, everything will probably come over here. If I subdivide many of the topics, okay, it is completely different from the stats playlist that I have taken. This is from basic to advanced. We are going to understand. Probably in 4th or 5th day, you will be solving some amazing complex problem. Okay. Yes, I have actually put all these videos in statistics playlist also. Okay. And you will be getting all these materials, everything. Just join the course link that is given, which is completely for free. Okay. You can enroll for it because all the materials and code will be uploaded there. Okay. So summarizing the data, anything that is related to it, we are going to cover over there. Here we are basically going to understand histograms. Okay. We're going to understand about PDF. We are going to understand about CDF. Okay. We are going to see that probably how do we create this PDF, by what techniques we create this PDF, CDF, everything. We'll also be understanding some topics like probability, okay, permutations, which are pretty much probability is very much important in terms for data science. Okay, so probability, permutations, and probably if I want to talk about mean, median, mode, right? So you also have variance, standard deviation. We're going to cover many distributions. Let me name the distributions over here, like Gaussian distribution. Okay, then you have log normal distribution. Then probably you have the third one that I would like to talk about is other type of distributions like binomial distribution. Okay, then you have Bernoulli's distribution. Okay, yes, it is free for everyone, guys. Please check the link. Okay, so we are going to discuss about Bernoulli distribution. There is also called as Pareto distributions. Okay, this is also called as power law distribution. Okay, then these are like some of the amazing important distributions that we specifically use. Okay, like this, whatever distributions will be coming, we'll also be discussing about standard normal distributions. Okay, the seventh thing that probably we will be discussing about is in standard normal distribution we may also have different techniques. We'll be discussing about transformation. We'll be discussing about standardization. Okay, we'll be discussing about different kind of transformation, and this all will be with the help of Python. Also we'll try to see, we'll discuss about something called as QQ plot. Okay, we'll try to find out how to determine whether a distribution is a normal distribution or not. That all things we will try to discuss. These are some of the topics that I have written. There is also something very much important which is called as inferential stats. Okay, now in inferential stats our main focus is basically like Z test, T test, ANOVA test, chi-square test, right? If I just consider some example with respect to Z test, there are multiple ways to actually perform Z test. Okay, so in Z test probably you will be having different ways, and this I will also try to show you by executing in Python. T test also I'll be showing you by using Python programming language. Chi-square test, ANOVA test. Okay, and any test probably I'm missing over here: chi-square, ANOVA, Z test, T test, um, and some more important tests which I am forgetting. Probably any kind of inferential statistics test will get completed, and probably will finish up all this particular discussion. Let me just see with respect to the topics that I have probably written over here in my notebook. Um yeah, so ANOVA test is also called as something called as F test. We'll be discussing about this, like factorial ANOVA, different kind of ANOVAs that we are going to discuss. And most important thing we forgot, right, which is called as hypothesis testing. How can I forget this? Okay, so we are also going to discuss about hypothesis testing, right? In hypothesis testing, how do you determine your null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis? Everything will probably get covered in this. Here we are specifically going to understand about p values. Okay, one very much important thing is something called as confidence intervals. Confidence intervals. Okay, so confidence intervals will also be covered. P test will also get covered. Don't worry, P test are anyhow interrelated when we are discussing about all these things. Confidence interval, then I'll also teach you how to see Z table, which is a kind of sheet where you can directly get the values over there. Okay, similarly T table is there, right? Chi-square table is there. Many things will basically be there. Okay, all these materials. Now as I'm writing, I know many topics I have written, so without wasting any time, shall we start now? It's already 7:05. Yes, it will be live in YouTube also, and it will be available in the dashboard also. Per day, the session will be for 1 to 1.5 hours. So shall we start the session? And before that, I really want to cross 1,000 likes. So help me out so that more interest will come to me to teach you, right? By showing different examples. See, I have Red Bull in my hand, so please help me to get more energy by your amazing things. Amazing. You just have to support, right? And probably we will start off. Okay. So hit like and let's start. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So let's start the first topic. The first topic that obviously anybody needs to understand is that what is statistics. Okay, we really need to understand, because whatever I'm discussing, right, it is very much important in terms of interview. Okay, in terms of interview, I'm actually going to teach so that you will definitely be able to understand many things. Okay, so the first thing, we will understand what exactly is statistics. So what is statistics? Let's make this session interactive. Many people have different kind of definition with statistics, but I really want to give a very simple definition, which is from Wikipedia. So I'm going to say statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, and analyzing data. Okay, now based on the amount of data that is getting generated, now you can just understand directly like how important stats is, right? You have tons and tons of data, you have huge amount of data, and definitely you can actually utilize this particular data to make sure that there is improvement in your products, there is improvement in your business goals, and that actually helps you to finally make a very good decision. So finally, why we are doing this for? Why we are doing this? We are doing this for better decision making. So we are specifically doing this for better decision making. Okay, so everything that is basically getting covered on this. And if I try to now define statistics or the types of statistics, first of all, there is one very important thing which is called as data. Okay, now I would like to ask you the definition of data. What exactly is data? Okay, so what is this data? Okay, anybody who can try, probably you can try. I'll just give you 10 seconds. Whatever answers that I probably see, I will definitely uh, go away and probably appreciate you all. But let's define data. What exactly is data? Okay, so data over here is nothing but facts or pieces of information that can be measured, that can be measured. So what is data? In short, a facts or pieces of information that can definitely be measured. And let's go ahead and let's see some of the examples. What do you think about data? Okay, so definitely, if I say that, okay, let's consider one very simple example. I am basically going to say that, okay, fine. With respect to the data, I can give you some lot of examples. So one example I can say that. Let's see. If I want to measure the IQ of a class of the students, right? I want to measure the IQ of the students of the class. So I may probably get values between 0 to 100. Suppose let's say that I am getting this one, I'm getting this, I'm getting 55, I'm getting 75, I'm getting 65. So this is one example of data, right? Here we can basically measure. And the example is IQ of a class, right? Suppose I want to give one more examples. Okay, the ages of student of a class. Okay, I may have different ages like 30, 25, 24, 23, 27, 28. What is this? This is specifically data. And always remember, the most intrinsic meaning of data is that it can be measured. Okay, that is the most important thing. Guys, is my voice low? Is my voice low? It's my voice fine? I feel my voice is absolutely fine. Is my voice fine? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, perfect. Thanks. So, this is the basic definition with respect to data. Okay. Uh, yeah, I think it is fine. Perfect. So this is the basic example with respect to data, and you can consider anything that can probably be measured. Okay, probably you can also try to find out the height of a set of people and all. Okay. Now coming to the types of statistics. Okay, this is super important. Okay, because this you really need to understand. Types of statistics. The first type, as I said, is called something called as descriptive descriptive stats. Okay, so the first type is basically called as descriptive stats. Now how do you define descriptive stats? Okay, so there is again a simple definition for this. Descriptive stats, I'll just say that it consists of organizing and summarizing of data. It consists of organizing and summarizing data. That's it. Very simple. Okay. And if I really want to understand, I'll probably make you understand more about what is descriptive stats. But let's go towards the definition of inferential stats. Okay. Now, in inferential stats, you can basically say that, okay, it is a technique. It is a technique wherein we use the data that we have measured to form conclusions. Now, if I talk about two important things, one is conclusion and one is about data. Okay. Now, first of all, we will understand about descriptive stats, and then probably uh, I'll give you a very good example. Okay. I'll try to give you a very good example. And based on that particular example, what is the type of question that may come up in descriptive stats? Okay. So let's consider that. I have a classroom of math students. Let's say that I have a classroom of math students. Okay. And in this classroom, let's consider that there are around 20 people. Okay. And now I want to find out the marks of the first sem. Let's say marks of the first sem. Now, here probably the marks with respect to percentage are like this: 84, 86, 78, 72, 75, 65, 80, 81, 92, 95, 96, 97. So over here you can see how many data are there: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's consider that we have around 20 data. Now, this will be a question for you guys. Just tell me, okay? Just tell me over here, with respect to this example, what kind of question may come up in descriptive stats? Okay, any one example, what you think based on your idea, what kind of question may definitely come? Just tell me, guys. What kind of question may come? Okay, what kind of question may definitely come? Quickly, come on. What kind of question may come in descriptive stats and what kind of question may come in inferential stats? But first of all, we'll focus on descriptive stats and definitely tell you. So Apurva says the average marks. Perfect, Apurva. Mean, median, mode. This is absolutely amazing, guys. You all are best. Okay. So I may have a question with respect to descriptive stats. I may say that what is the most, or what is the average age of the students in the class? Student in the class. So this may be a perfect example of descriptive stats. Descriptive stats. This is very much important. Now here I've just told about the average. It can be anything. It can be standard deviation, it can be mean, it can be mode, it can be different things. Okay, so here you can see that I've taken a very simple example. I have uh, a math students like 20 people over here. Okay, and probably you can basically understand over here that we are trying to find out what is the average age of the student in the class. You may also say that what is the percentage of the people passing out from the class. Okay, you can also say that different examples probably you'll be able to understand when I talk about percentiles and all. Okay, now let me go ahead and let me find out and let me tell you the other example of inferential stats. Based on this, what kind of thing, what kind of question you can ask with respect to inferential stats? I've already told you the definition. I've told you the definition. What inferential stats basically consist of? It is a technique wherein we use the data that we have measured to form conclusions. Okay, conclusions. Now just tell me what may be the perfect example for this. I'll definitely go for first 2 days little bit slow, but afterwards, since I need to complete this in 7 days, I will go a little bit fast. Now tell me. Now tell me what may be the example for inferential stats. Okay, one question I may say that. Let's just write down this question in front of you. I may say that are the ages of the students are the ages of of the students of this classroom similar to the age of the college. Okay, similar, and let's say age of the college, but age of the maths classroom in the college. Okay, so this is specifically my question. My question basically says that are the ages of the student of this classroom similar to the age of the maths classroom in the college? So here maths classroom in the entire college is my population, and probably just a classroom student's age is just like my sample. Okay, sorry, did I discuss about maths? Okay, sorry, I'll not say age but average marks. I'll just try to change over here. Just a second, guys. I'm extremely sorry. So this is not age, this is marks. Okay, so I'll not say this as ages, and let me, but you can also take ages as an example. I will say it as marks. Clear, guys? Clear? Yes, yes or no? Till here everything is fine. You're able to understand. Good enough. I hope everybody is liking it. Yeah, yes, yes. Quickly say me yes, so that I will continue. Okay, so see this example of inferential statistics. I'm saying, are the marks of the student of this classroom similar to the age of the maths classroom in the college? Like that, let's consider the maths classroom. There are five different classrooms, and I have actually taken the data of only one classroom. And from this is basically called as sample. And this is my entire population. Yeah. So this is my entire population. Okay. Perfect. Now, since we have discussed about population and sample, and I'll be coming more on making you understand about descriptive when we are deep diving into various topics. Okay. Now it is time that we really understand about population and samples. So coming over here is basically population and sample. Okay. What exactly is population? Okay. Now, population basically means, let's consider one example again. See, guys, I will definitely give you a lot of examples. The reason why I'm giving you examples is that because understand, if we learn statistics in such a way that we have examples in mind, we will be able to explain the interviewer in a very good way. Okay, very, very good way. Okay, so let's take an example of elections. Let's say that which state are probably having the election recently. Any states that you know that are going to have probably elections in the upcoming times. Okay, probably you may be talking about Goa, you may be talking about UP, right? Let's consider these two states. Okay, so obviously it is not possible. Okay, probably let's consider that the election has finished and we really need to find out the exit poll. Now, exit poll, what usually this press reporters and all will do, what they will do is that they cannot go and ask each and every person. Suppose the Goa population is this big. Let's consider. Okay. Suppose the Goa population is this big. Okay. The entire Goa population. It is not possible for every reporter to go and ask each and every person that whom you have voted, because it is not possible. You may not find some people may be traveling, some people may be doing different things and all, so it is not possible at all, you know. So what happens in this exit poll, this reporters, what they do is that they take up sample of population, from different region. Okay, and again there are different kinds of sampling techniques. Okay, they take up different samples, and then what they do is that they ask that whom did you vote, and based on that maximum number of people whom did they vote, they basically say, based on that they actually create their exit poll. Now in this particular case, what is my population data? My population data is this entire population of Goa. So this specific thing is my population data, and this round circles that I have actually done is basically my sample data. Okay, so I hope you have basically got, okay, some examples with respect to that. Guys, I hope everybody is clear with this. I basically told age over here, so don't get confused. Okay, it's okay. Sometime when I'm teaching, sometimes students may come, ages may come, or marks may come, so you'll not get confused, don't worry. Okay, so here is one example. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's try to understand one thing. Now in this particular scenario, in this particular example, many people have told about, Krish, why are you just considering, okay, you're considering samples to solve a particular problem. What are the different sampling techniques? You really need to understand or tell us that. Okay, because there are different sampling techniques. Okay, what are the different kind of sampling techniques? Okay, but before I go ahead, usually population, if I talk about population, you really need to understand about some of the notation. Population is basically given by capital N and sample is basically given by small n. Okay, so this is how we basically denote population. This is how we basically denote sample. Okay, so understand this thing. Now the next question comes that, Krish, why you have selected samples randomly? Okay, is there any better ways to do sampling also, or just we need to do the sample randomly? I would like to say that, guys, this entire sampling takes place based on various scenarios. And for that, I will be showing you some of the examples. So let's go and understand about some of the sampling techniques and what are different sampling techniques we basically have. Okay. The first sampling techniques, let me write it down for you. We are going to discuss about now sampling techniques. Okay. Now, the first sampling techniques, which is most of the time used, is called as simple random sampling. Okay, simple random sampling, very simple, very important. Suppose I have some data, I have some population. Okay, suppose this is my population. Simple random sampling will be just like you go and pick up some people like this anyhow you want. There is no such confusion as such. You just go and randomly pick up people. Okay, simple random sampling. Okay, and simple random sampling is basically used in many of the scenarios. Probably in exit poll, you can use simple random sampling. Suppose if you want to use some kind of medicines, right? You do some kind of test for the medicines. At that point of time, you cannot use simple random sampling. You have to pick up some people. Probably you have to check their medical history. Based on that, you have to apply. But simple random sampling, it's all about. I can basically say that I'll just give you a small definition over here. When performing simple random sampling, okay, every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected for your sample n. So everybody clear till here? Yes? Everybody clear till here? Yes? Please hit the like button, guys. Again, that will help me to motivate. Again, till then, I'll take a sip of Red Bull. It will give me wings. Okay? Everybody is able to understand, I guess. Okay. Now, coming to the second one. Okay, let's go and understand the second types. So, guys, how till here, how do you want to rate this community session? Okay, we should have something to talk also, right? Apart from the studies, everybody will get bored with studies. So let make some kind of assumptions that probably you are loving it. Yes, we'll provide the. Yeah, so how you are like, just try to rate it. Okay, perfect. Now coming to the second type. Simple random sampling is done. Now the second type. Let's discuss about the second type. Okay. The second type of sampling is called as stratified sampling. Okay. So any guesses what is stratified sampling? What is stratified sampling? Any guesses? What is stratified sampling, guys? Any guesses? Okay, let me give you a definition. Okay, stratified sampling is a technique where the population that is capital N is split into non-overlapping groups. Okay, where understand this is very important, non-overlapping groups. Okay, so one example I'll be talking about it, don't worry. This is also called as strata basically means layering. Okay, stratified layering, like that we basically say. Okay, so this is what a stratified sampling basically means. Let me give you one example. Okay, one example is that let's consider gender. I want to do this sampling based on two things. One is male and female. Okay, let's consider that I want to do a survey, and for a survey obviously I will be requiring some people, and based on that my samples will basically be divided, right, based on male and female. Male people will give different kind of survey, female people may give different kind of survey. Okay, so something like this. So this is definitely one example. Any other example that you would like to say? Yes, any examples that you would like to say? Right, obviously wherever you can see that there can be non-overlapping groups, obviously you can do it. Let me give you one more example. Suppose I want a survey to be done by 0 to 10 years of kids. I want this next, probably I'll try to make this kind of layering based on age. Okay, probably 10 to 20 will be one age group, probably 20 to 40 will be another age group, and probably it will be 40 to 100 will be another age group. Okay, so based on different age group, I can also do a sampling. Understand one thing, this terminology is very much important. Non overlapping. Okay, it should not overlap. Over here there is no chance of overlapping. Here there is no chance of overlapping. Okay, okay, based on profession, can I do stratified sampling? Based on profession, can I do stratified sampling? Tell me. This will be a this will be an example to use. Let's consider that this is an interview question. Can we do stratified sampling based on profession? See, a profession may be that, let's say that this profession is with respect to different blood groups. Okay, sorry, blood groups. I'm saying different people who are working. Okay, suppose a person is a .NET developer, a person is a PHP developer, a person is a data scientist, or he's working specifically in Python. Okay, see, over here, definitely you can say that they have different stratified layers, right? But there may be some scenarios that it may overlap. A PHP person may know .NET, a .NET person may know Python. So both the scenarios will be there. If a person is highly experienced and he says that no, I don't know .NET, then it will not become overlapping. Okay, but definitely we can apply it for doctors, engineers, right? Doctors, engineers, different survey can be there. Okay, so just understand that in some of the cases we can do stratified sampling, but by applying some other conditions we can make sure that that sampling satisfies all the conditions. Everybody clear till here? This was with respect to the second example of sampling technique. Now coming to the third one. The third technique is basically called as systematic sampling. The third technique is called as systematic sampling. Here, from the population n, okay, what we do, we just pick up every nth individual. I'll give you a very good example. Nth individual from this population. What does this basically mean? Let's consider that I'm outside the mall and I want to do a survey regarding COVID. Okay, I want to do a survey regarding COVID. So what I'm doing, every seventh or eighth person that I see, I am saying that for this person, do the survey. Okay, so in systematic sampling, you consider any eighth person. I'm just saying as an example, every eighth person. I may take every first person that I see, or every fifth person that I see, or every 10th person that I see in front of my eyes. I'll just tell him to do the survey. Okay, so this is what systematic sampling is all about. In systematic sampling, there is no reason why you're selecting the eighth or the ninth person. You just said that, okay, it is my personal duty. What I'm actually going to do, whichever person that I see on the seventh time, I'm just going to catch him and I'm going to basically ask him about this survey. Yeah. Now, understand one thing, okay? Okay, many people are asking about Thanos, right? So Thanos, when he snapped his finger, what do you think? What kind of sampling techniques may have used? Still, I've not discussed the two more types, so it will be coming. Tell me, guys. Random sampling. Do you think random sampling is basically getting used? Because you could see, right? Probably random sampling may have been used. Okay. 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 Many people knows about it. Great. Okay. Now let's come to the next sampling, which is called as you can say it as convenience sampling. You can say it as voluntary response sampling. I'll just say it as the fourth technique. I will say it as convenience sampling. Now, what exactly is convenience sampling? The This kind of samples, or suppose let's consider that I'm doing a survey. Only those people who are a domain expertise in that particular survey will be participating in that particular survey. Suppose let's say consider that I am doing a survey related to data science. I will say that any person who is probably interested in data science and has the knowledge of data science, if you consider only those people, then it basically becomes a convenience sampling. Clear, guys, everyone? Very simple. Yeah. Only those people who are basically interested in this, okay, will basically be doing it, or who are expert in that will definitely be doing it, because this is a specific topic which requires domain knowledge, which require some amazing things in that. Basically, he should be knowing based on this survey, because those surveys will be important. Through surveys you take out some kind of information, you will be able to make some kind of decision. So that is very much important, who is taking the survey. Like many people also, how do you generate your data set? That is also said, like in many companies what they do is that they make sure that the people actually try to put some kind of surveys in front of the people, and they basically use that data for doing different things. Okay. Again, I'm going to repeat what is convenience sampling. Let's consider that I am doing a survey related to a specific topic. In this particular example, data science. Obviously, I'll not go to some other people who don't have the knowledge of data science to do that specific survey. So I may collect my sample in a bit different way, where we'll focus on people who is giving that survey should have knowledge on that specific topic. Okay. So this is how this is basically done. Right? Guys, clear with respect to repeated convenience sampling? Okay, clear everybody? Everybody clear? Yes, Stack Overflow developer survey, that is specifically taken with developers. Okay, yes. Okay, now let me give you some of the examples. Let's say that there is an exit poll. What kind of sampling would be better? What kind of sampling would be better? See, guys, again, people are getting confused with respect to stratified sampling and this sampling. In convenience sampling, we are just specifically considering a domain. There, we are dividing groups based on something. So, tell me the examples of exit poll. What kind of sampling technique we may use? So, obviously, we will be using over here as random sampling. Okay. See, I hope everybody knows RBI. They do something survey with respect to household surveys. Okay. For this household surveys, what kind of sampling probably they may use? What kind of sampling they may use? Tell me. Hey guys, you may also consider that over here you need to follow some stratified random sampling. Obviously, we can do, but over here, most of the time, random sampling is basically done. Most of the scenarios. In household surveys, RBI make sure that they have to fill the survey from a human, where probably they are trying to find out like what is the cost expenditure in running a house and all, right? So here you can probably consider stratified sampling. If you don't want to consider stratified sampling, we can also do convenience sampling. Only human you can basically consider over there, and you can do it. Now understand, sampling techniques may be different. It is completely dependent on the use case that we are following, right? Based on the use case that you really want to do, based on that you will do. And it is not like we will just be dependent on one kind of data. We try to use different sampling techniques, and finally we try to come to a conclusion on the same. Okay, clear guys, everyone? Yes, yes. Okay, let me give you one more example. um a drug needs to be tested. So for this, what kind of samples we may take? Tell me this example. Tell me quickly, what kind of sampling? Now here I can bring up multiple use cases. First of all, to whom this drug needs to be tested. If I get that specific information, I will basically do the age groupings and then I may probably apply. Let's consider this drug is for everyone. Probably then I may consider picking up some samples, but at least I'll put a condition that at least it should be greater than 15 years, because we cannot just directly use a specific drugs on kids, right? So different. It depends on the use case that you're probably trying to do, and based on that you will probably try to select it. And again, there may be many things, many questions that may come is that, okay Krish, why not this, why not that, why not this, why not that, right? This kind of questions may come. That is where we basically experiment with multiple things. Okay, so in the real world scenario also, when you are probably collecting the data, you will find this kind of scenarios a lot. Okay, so happy till this much guys? Is my handwriting good? Is my handwriting good? See, I've written around 5 to 6 sheets now probably, and you know, yeah, you can also combine two, convenience plus stratified and different things. Okay, now let's go with the next topic, what is called as variables. See guys, we really need to understand the basics. Once we get the basics right, we can do many things. Okay, we can do many things. Okay, so here in the first 2 days, that is today and tomorrow, we are going to focus on the basics. Okay, it may take additional 1 hour. You should keep on hitting like button. Okay, and you should keep on supporting. Okay, I need your support. If I have your support, then only I'll be able to properly do it and explain it in a much better manner. Okay, okay. Now what is a variable? Obviously if you are a coder, you obviously know that what is a variable. So I will just give you a definition that is much more related to you. I'll say that a variable, okay, is a property that can take on any value. Okay, a variable is a property that can take any value. Let's say an example. I'll say height. Okay, I may say weight. Okay, these are variables. We can have any value. We can have 170 centimeters, 172 centimeters, 185 centimeters, 190 centimeters, anything. Okay, I can have different values with respect to height. As I said, 182, 178, 168, 150, 160, 170, anything. Okay, similarly with respect to weight, I can have any values like 78, 99, 100, 60, 50, anything that I want. Okay, so this is a simple definition with respect to a simple variable with a lot of examples. Now understand there are two kinds of variables. Okay, so let me go ahead and let me teach you this. There are two kinds of variables. The first kind is basically quantitative variable. Quantitative variable. The second type is basically you just say me the answer. I'll pause for 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope I can see the lot of answers now. The second type is something called as qualitative variables. Qualitative or categorical variables. Okay. So these are the two types of variables that we specifically use. Okay. Now I will try to divide this into many types still. Okay. And we'll try to understand these variables because these are also very much important. Okay. Now, first of all, coming to the quantitative part. This quantitative part will have some properties. It can be measured numerically. Okay. So we can measure them by putting numbers. We can perform a lot of operations like add, subtract, divide, multiply, right? Multiply, divide. We can perform any kind of operations that we want. So one example of this is I may consider age, I may consider weight, I may consider height. Okay. Some of the examples with respect to quantitative variable, right? If I say that, okay, age is a quantitative variable. Okay. Now, in qualitative and categorical variables, if I specifically take an example, let's consider gender. In gender, I have male and female. Okay. Now, what does this basically mean? Based on some characteristics, based on some characteristics, we can, based on this some characteristics, we can derive some categorical variables. We can derive some categorical variables, or we can derive categorical variables. That basically means we have categories in categorical variables. Understand one thing. Okay. Based on some characteristics. Okay. Here we cannot add, subtract, or do some kind of mathematical equations because here we don't have that option. Another example, I may basically say that I may say, okay, I may have categories of, let's consider, um, mm, 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 mm. let's consider that I have IQ, right? IQ, if I say 0 to 10, I will divide this IQ 10 to 50 and 50 to 100. Wherever the values are between 0 to 10, I may say that less IQ. Whenever I say 10 to 50, I may say that medium IQ. Suppose I say this 50 to 100, I may say good IQ. I'm just saying this as an example. Now, based on some characteristics, I have derived or I have classified this into multiple categories, which is called as IQ. Here, don't tell me, sir, Krish, how, sir, like how, Krish, more than 50, you're saying that good IQ? Huh? Then probably I'm just taking it as an example over here. Okay. Blood group is another example. Blood group is a very good example. I may have A positive, A negative, like that. I may have a lot of IQs. I may also say t-shirt size. Based on the properties, we may have large, XL, medium, small, this kind of things. Okay. Clear, guys? Till here? Yes? Everybody clear? Just give me a quick yes so that we will be continuing. Now, coming to the quantitative part again. Now, coming to the quantitative part. Quantitative also has two different kind of categories. Obviously, we know quantitative basically means we have some numerical values. Here, I am going to divide this into two. One is the discrete variables and one is the continuous variable. So, discrete variables and continuous variable. In discrete variable, you will specifically have a whole number. Okay, whole number. Let me just talk about some of the examples. Number of bank accounts of a person. Okay, in this particular case, the example is that you'll say that I have 2 bank account, 3 bank account, 4, 5, 6 bank account, 7 bank account. You can't say that you have 2.5 bank account. Another example that I would like to give, number of children's in a family. Okay, so this is why another example. Here you obviously will say that okay, there are two children, three children, four children, five children. Okay, but you cannot say it is 2.5 children or 3.5 children, right? So I hope you are understanding this example. Clear, everybody? Okay, I hope you are loving this sessions. The speed is fine, everybody. Okay, now let's go with respect to continuous variable. Here we have already discussed that any values it can have. Okay, suppose I say height. I can say that the person is 172.5 centimeters. I can say that the person is 162 centimeters. I can say a person is 163.5 centimeters. Any value that can come over here. Okay. Similarly, with respect to weight, here I can say the person is 100 kgs. I can say 99.5 kg. I may say 99.75 kgs. I can also talk about amount of rainfall, which is measured in inches. Suppose I say it is 1.1 inches, 1.25 inches, 1.35 inches, right? All these things are basically there. Okay. So this was an example with respect to continuous variables. I hope everybody has understood it. Yes. Okay. Now I'll give you some examples. You answer me. Okay. What kind of variable gender is? Okay. Second question, what kind of variable marital status is? Okay. What kind of variable river length is? What kind of variable the population of a state is? Okay. What kind of variable song length is? Okay. Now quickly try to answer me. My God, discrete categorical. Don't write like this, guys. First say gender is this one. Okay. So like many people are continuously writing, Okay. So gender is obviously a discrete one. Okay. I'll not say discrete, but I'll say categorical. Sorry, not discrete. Okay. So it is a qualitative or categorical variable. Okay. Marital status, again, same thing. River length. River length is what? Continuous. If I want to say discrete continuous or normal continuous, it will be a continuous quantitative variable. Okay. Population of the state, it will be discrete, right? And song length will also be continuous, right? Gender is categorical. What kind of variable blood pressure is? Last question for you. Blood pressure, it will also be continuous. Okay, perfect. You all are amazing. Okay, you all are just amazing. Very nice. I like it. Okay, clear? Shall we move ahead? Okay, what kind of variable is pin code? Tell me, guys. What kind of variable is pin code? Pin code? Okay, pin code. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. discrete, 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 and categorical. Okay, discrete or categorical. Now, many people are saying discrete or categorical. Don't worry, as we go ahead in some of the classes, you'll be able to understand this. Okay, that is where when you will be given a problem statement in data science where you have specifically pin code in a data set, how you're going to handle those. Okay, all the things will basically come. So don't worry. Think of it whether it is a discrete or categorical. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the next one, next topic, which is called as variable measurement scale. So here we are probably going to understand how do we measure variables. Okay. So over here we basically have four different types of measured variable. Okay. The first type is nominal. The second type is ordinal. The third type is something called as interval. And the fourth type is something called as ratio. Okay. Now, first of all, we'll try to understand about nominal. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's try to understand about nominal, and probably I'll here also I'm going to give you a lot of examples and why it is very much necessary to know this kind of measured variables, four type of measured variables, because your data set will also have this kind of variables. You'll have nominal data, you'll have ordinal data, you'll have internal data, interval data, ratio related data, so that you'll be able to do a good data analysis. Okay, so you basically use this kind of variables. Okay. So if I talk about nominal variable, so nominal data also I can say, these are specifically categorical or qualitative data. So whenever I say categorical data, you know that it is split into different classes. Okay. Color is one example. Okay. You have example gender. You have example different things. Okay. Type of flower. So these are some of the examples with respect to the nominal data. Okay. Because the first thing I've heard this interviewer asking what is the difference between ordinal and nominal data. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's discuss about ordinal data. In order to understand ordinal data, I would like to say some example. Here, over here in this particular data, the order of the values, the order of the data matters. I'll talk about it. The order of the data matters, but value does not. Value does not. I'll talk about it, why I'm saying value does not. Okay. Let's say one example. Let's say that I have 5 students, and here the marks of the student marks are like 100, 96, 57, 85, and 44. Now tell me over here, if I just try to find out the rank basically means who is having the highest marks will get the first rank, 96 will then get second, this 85 will get third, and this we will get as fourth, and this finally will get as fifth. This data that we specifically have is my ordinal data. Here we focus more on the order, not on the values. Okay. Here we mostly focus on this ranks. Okay. We are not worried like what marks that particular person has got. Yes, he has got the first rank. Okay. Something like this. So I hope everybody's clear with this. Yes. Yes. I hope you're liking the session, right, everyone? Yes. Okay, perfect. So this was with respect to the ordinal data. Now let me come towards the, so over here you can basically say that ordinal data will be present, and we also use a different technique to analyze those data. And probably we try to, probably when we'll be seeing some data set in the future, we will probably try to see that, okay, scenarios also. Okay, now interval data, here the order matters. Okay, here the value also matters. Value also matters. And one thing is that here natural zero is not present. I'll talk about this also. Natural zero is not present. Okay, what is this natural zero? Okay, here order also matters, values also matter. So if I take an example of interval, let's say that I have an interval of temperatures, and let's consider Fahrenheit. Okay, Fahrenheit temperature I'm just talking about. I may have values like this: 70 to 80 Fahrenheit, 80 to 90 Fahrenheit, okay? Or I may have 70 to 80 Fahrenheit, 80 to 90 Fahrenheit. Here, interval is there. Definitely some kind of values are there, okay? 90 to 100 Fahrenheit, okay? But if I say 0 Fahrenheit, it won't basically make a useful meaning in this, right? So definitely this is basically called as an interval. You have some range of values between them, and the order also basically matters a lot. Okay, everybody clear with this? Yes. So this is with respect to, I'll talk about percentiles, don't worry. Okay, I may also have distance, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, you know, where probably this interval data may be used. Okay, in Ola, I think you have probably booked cabs. You book the cab for, let's say you're booking the cab for 6 hours. There they'll be saying that you can actually go till 0 to 60, and then you can probably, if you are more than 60, that time you have to pay more money. Okay, natural zero, zero will not be present, right? 0 Fahrenheit will not make any difference. Okay, now one assignment for you, the fourth type that you basically have ratio data. You need to tell me the answer for tomorrow, what exactly ratio data is, and whether their natural zero will be present, whether order matters, whether or value matters, and all. Okay, so in this particular case you have to basically talk about, this will be an assignment to you. This will be an assignment, because I have to also give you some assignments. I'm only doing the hard work. What you're doing, clicking the like button, I know that. Okay, you say that, Krish, I just clicked like button, so I hope everything you're able to understand. Okay, so going on good, guys, still here, and probably we will continue for another 10 to 15 minutes. I want to complete 2 more topics to make you understand different things. Okay, and then probably we can stop the session for today. Okay, perfect. Now ratio data will be an assignment for you. Let me go ahead and let me take another topic, which is called as frequency distribution. Frequency distribution. Now this is pretty much important, because in the later stages you'll be understanding about histogram and all. Okay, so what exactly is frequency distribution and all, we'll try to understand. Let's say that I have a sample data set, and suppose in this particular data set I have 3 types of flowers: rose, lily, and sunflower. Okay, now similarly in this particular data set I have a lot of flowers like rose, lily, sunflower, then again I have rose, then again I have lily, then again I have lily. Okay, so suppose let's consider that this is my entire data set. Now usually for showcasing this data set in some kind of visualized manner, we can basically use this frequency distribution table. Okay, why? I'll tell you, just a second, just give me a second, everything you'll be able to understand. Now tell me, based on the flower type and how much is the frequency. Okay, and this will be very much important. Okay, suppose if I say rose, in rose how many types I have? 1, 2, 3. So 3 is the count of rows. If I consider lily, so lily, what is the basic count? I'm basically having 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is the count. If I consider sunflower, what is the count? 1 and 2. So this is the frequency of this particular values of this particular data set with respect to different categories. Okay. So here you can see that this is entirely frequency distribution table. And from this table, you can derive bar charts, you can derive pie charts, you can derive different things. Okay. Now, one more topic. Now, this you know that it is a frequency distribution, but there is something called as cumulative frequency. Now, what is exactly cumulative frequency? Cumulative frequency basically says that, okay, initially I have rose 3 flowers. Then I am going to add this to this. So it will be 7. Then I am going to add this to this. It will be 9. At the end of the day, when we go with respect to cumulative frequency and when we go till the last category, we will be able to find out how many total number of flowers are present. This is basically the cumulative frequency. The frequency is getting added and finally you will be able to see the cumulative frequency over here. Okay? Clear, guys? Everyone? Yes? So this is basically the cumulative frequency. Now what we can basically derive from this, I'll just show you an example. There is something called as bar graphs and pie charts. So that particular part now we'll try to draw from this, okay? And we'll try to see that how does it look like, okay? So in the case of discrete, in the case of discrete variables, okay, we can definitely draw a bar chart. If the variable is continuous, at that point of time, we can draw a histogram. So let me just talk about bar graph, okay? So first one is the bar graph. In bar graph, in the x-axis, I will probably have all my flowers, okay? So this is rose, this is lily, and this is sunflower, okay? In the y-axis, I will probably have frequency. So this will be my value 1, 2, 3. Okay. Obviously, I know how many roses are there. Roses are 3. So I'm just going to create this graph over here, which will be looking like this. So this is my bar chart for rose. Lilies are obviously 4. So I'm going to basically lilies, I may use blue color and this will be my 4 value. Okay. And finally, you'll be able to see sunflower. This will be sunflower. Let's say sunflower is only 2. So I'm going to create this. This specific diagram is basically called as bar charts. From this, why do we use it? As I say, summarizing the data. This is still the part of descriptive statistics. Okay? Descriptive statistics. So this is how you basically define it. Now, coming here, you can see that the values is discrete variables. Now, what if I consider the next example, which is called as histograms? Now, in the case of histogram, how do we define? First of all, your data should be continuous over here. Okay, continuous. It can be discrete continuous, it cannot be discrete continuous. Let's take one example of age. Suppose I have a data set of ages, okay, and I have values like 10, 12, 14, 18, 24, 26, 30, 35, 36, 37, 40, 41, 42, 43, and 50, 51. Okay, so suppose if I have this specific ages, okay, now here you know that it is a continuous value. Now in the case of continuous value, if you want to represent it through some diagrams for the data analysis purpose, you can basically use something called as histograms. You can basically use histogram. So the histogram will have like this. Now understand one very important thing. In histogram, we make something called as bins. Bins basically means we make some kind of grouping. By default, the bin size is usually 10. Okay. Usually the bin size is usually 10. Now, if I really want to make this bins, what I'll do in the y-axis, I will be having the frequency. Obviously, you will know this frequency. Okay. Now let's make the bin. I told you 10 will be the bin size. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. You can change the bin value also. Dhruv Sharma is becoming mad, I guess. I'm going to hide this user or put the user in timeout. Okay, I think he's a big fan of. I don't know. People should come over here to focus on the classes. Okay. Anyhow, I have removed him. Okay. So now let's go ahead and let's try to understand. Between 0 to 10, between 0 to 10, I don't have any value. So I'm not going to create it. So let's see that 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is there, 4 is there, and 5 is there. Okay. So this is my frequency count. Now, between 10 to 20, I have how many values? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 values, I'm going to create a diagram over here. So between 10 to 20, I have 4 different values. Okay. I have 4 different values. And then 20 to 30, I have 3 different values. 1, 2, 3. Let's consider I'm going to draw my next diagram. Then I have between 30 to 36, I have 1, 2, 3. Again, I have 3. Between 30 to, no, sorry, I have 4. Because I'm also going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm going to draw my another building over here. And this building is basically called as histograms. Okay. And then between 40 to 50, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So again, I have 4 over here. Okay. And finally, between 50 to 60, I have 1. This buildings that you see is basically called as histograms. Okay. This building that you basically see is called as histograms. And this in this histograms, your values will be continuous. Now, one amazing thing, because people ask about what is PDF. I say that PDF is smoothing of histogram. Smoothing is nothing, smoothing of histograms. Okay. So I'll just tell you one example. If I smoothen this histogram, my PDF function will look something like this. Now you may be considering, Krish, how is this basically getting created? Okay, how is this basically getting created? I'll say that there is something called as kernel density estimator. Okay, now this kernel density estimator, how it is done? Okay, how it is basically done? We will try to understand that in the upcoming classes. Probably that is little bit in the advanced side, but I hope everybody got an idea about histograms. Everybody got an idea about bar graph. Just tell me, guys, yes or no? Yeah. Okay. So bar is definitely only for, okay, tell me what is the difference between bar versus histogram? Now, bar versus histogram. Why do we use bar graph and why do we use histogram? PDF basically means probability density function. PDF is nothing but probability density function. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Great. Probability distribution function also used. So why do we use cumulative frequency? I'll tell you. Just wait for till tomorrow, day after tomorrow's class. Okay. Bar is specifically used for discrete. This is used for continuous. Now, if somebody asks you what exactly is probability density function, you're just smoothing the histograms. Okay. Everybody clear? So how was today's session, everyone? How was today's session? I'll talk about PDFs as we go ahead. Don't worry. We will try to create that PDF, how it is created. Here I just gave you a basic definition about it. Okay. So you loved today's session, everyone. You got to know a lot of things, I guess. Right? Just a final announcement, guys. iNeuron has come up with this Oneneuron platform. There we are giving lifetime 100 plus tech courses, and probably in the year it will become total 1000 plus courses. All the information is given in the description of this particular video. You can also use Krish 10 for 10% discount, and right now it is completely for lifetime. So utilize this opportunity, join it, and yes, enjoy it. How many of you people have already bought Oneneuron? And the price is also very, very less, 6,000 plus GST. Okay, 6,000 plus GST. Okay, so 6,000 plus GST INR. So that is hardly less than $100 worth, I guess. Okay, so thank you for the super chat. Can we solely depend on this status? Yes, yes, Ankur. I'll make sure that everything I'll teach you like this. Guys, how's my handwriting? Class recordings will also be put up in the course this much. Yes, many people have bought. Please buy it, guys. Support us. Now we have also started live community sessions in Oneneuron. So probably you'll also be able to access those videos. So I will provide you this materials. Please make sure that you enroll for the free course that is given over there. There also video will also get uploaded, and this will also get uploaded. Okay. So thank you all. Thank you for joining, and I hope you like this session. You love this session. Tomorrow, what all things we are going to learn? There are so many things. We are going to understand about mean, median, mode. We are going to understand about standard deviation. We are going to understand about percentile and quartiles. We are going to understand about 5-number summary. We are going to understand effects of outliers, skewness, normal curve, normal distribution, Z scores, probability, permutation. A lot of things are going to come. Okay. So everything will be there. Please enroll for Oneneuron. The information is given in the description of this particular video. Use the discount coupon KRISH10 to get additional 10% discount. And right now we have extended the validity for lifetime. Okay. So thank you. Yes, written notes will also be given. I am going to save this notes in the form of PDF, and it will be given in the course that is given over there below. Enroll it. It is completely for free. Okay. Enroll in the community course. It is for free. Yes, you can register from Nigeria. You can register from everything. So community session, I'm going to community stats 1. I'm going to save it. Yes, material will also be available. Everything will be available. Okay. Yes, you can see this video again on YouTube. Okay, it will be present in my statistics playlist. So thank you, guys. Tomorrow, see you at 7 p.m. with some amazing topics. And like this, I will try to teach to you today how many slides I have actually written. If I just count, 9 slides I have written. Yeah, 9 slides I have written. Share with all your friends. Tell them to join the session. Today, the count was 1300 live people who was watching it. Tomorrow, probably it will be much more better, and we'll have fun. Okay. So thank you all. Have a great day ahead. Keep on rocking. Keep on learning. Never give up. Call every of your friends tomorrow. We will have a rocking thing. I promise you, I will cover statistics, everything, whatever is required in data science. Okay. So thank you, guys. Have a great day ahead. Keep on rocking. Bye-bye. And Shabak here, what we say, everything that probably we care about. Okay. So thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.